Some people don't learn how to read others from curiosity. They learn it from necessity. When awareness becomes something you rely on rather than something you choose, it changes the way your mind works. You begin to notice things earlier, understand people faster, and react before situations fully unfold. Over time, that kind of awareness turns into something deeper, a form of intelligence shaped by experience rather than comfort. And it often comes with a level of perception that most people don't fully understand. One of the clearest signs is how quickly you read a situation. You don't just see what's happening, you notice tone, timing, and subtle shifts in behavior almost instantly. Before anything is said directly, you already have a sense of what's going on. And that awareness feels automatic rather than something you actively try to do. It often feels like your understanding forms before logic has time to catch up, which is why your first impression tends to be accurate more often than not. You also tend to recognize patterns in people very easily. Instead of focusing on one moment, you connect behavior over time and build a larger picture in your mind. You remember how someone acted before, how they responded under pressure, and what they chose not to say. Over time, this creates a sense that people are more predictable to you than they appear to others. Another sign is your ability to detect emotions that aren't being expressed openly. Someone might appear calm or normal on the surface, but you can sense when something doesn't match. You notice the difference between what someone says and what they actually feel, even in small interactions. That awareness becomes something you rely on, because it helps you understand what's really going on beneath the surface. There's often a constant level of awareness in the background of your mind. Even when nothing is happening, you're still observing and processing small details. Changes in tone, body language, or energy rarely go unnoticed. It's not something you switch on or off, it's just always there. It's quietly running in the background. You may also find that you adapt your behavior depending on who you're around without thinking about it. Your tone, your responses, and even your energy can shift slightly to match the situation. To others, it looks natural and effortless, but it's actually something that developed over time. It comes from learning how to navigate different environments, carefully without creating tension. Another sign is how often you think ahead. Before something happens, you've already considered multiple outcomes and possible reactions. You anticipate how people might respond and what direction a situation could take. This makes you feel more prepared even when things are uncertain or unpredictable. You also tend to notice when something feels off, even if you can't explain it straight away. There's a sense that something isn't quite right, and that feeling tends to stay with you. More often than not, that instinct turns out to be accurate over time. It's not just intuition. It's your mind recognizing patterns faster than you can consciously process them. At the same time, you often understand people's intentions more clearly than their words. You focus less on what is being said and more on why it's being said. That shift changes how you interpret conversations and interactions. It makes it harder to take things at face value, because you're always aware of what sits underneath. This level of awareness can also make it harder to fully relax. Even in calm environments, part of your mind is still observing and processing everything around you. You notice small details that most people overlook, which keeps your attention active. As a result, rest doesn't always feel complete, because your mind never fully switches off. Another sign is how you handle pressure. In situations that might overwhelm others, you tend to stay composed and steady. Not because you're unaffected, but because you've learned how to manage your reactions over time. That control often looks like calmness, but it's something built through experience rather than comfort. When all of these patterns come together, it becomes clear that this kind of intelligence isn't something that develops in easy environments. It's shaped through experience, through situations where awareness, adaptation, and control become necessary. While it can give you a deeper understanding of people and situations, it also means your mind rarely gets a full break. That's why it's often seen as a rare form of intelligence, not because it's better than others, but because of what it takes to develop it.